Hey, it's your girl Wong Lorene, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. Y'all sit right there. All right, you guys take a minute and subscribe to the video for us.
Jody, come and ride with me, get fly with me. Let me show you how it's supposed to be. Do the most with me, make a toast with me. Let me show you how it's supposed to be. Jody, come and ride with me, get fly with me. Let me show you how it's supposed to be. Do the most with me, make a toast with me. Let me show you how it's supposed to be. Let's make a toast for the one.
Hello, everybody. This is your girl, Wong Lorene, and we are after the show. That's right. This is a spinoff from New Music Mondays, but this production is a little bit different. This is 1/8 Productions, and we come to you live from my home studio. That's right. I'm doing it right here at home, chilling like a villain. Okay, so this show is being brought to you by I'll do it for you handyman service. Give Kevin a call at 702-325-8622. Better yet, why don't you text Kevin at 702-325-8622. Well, we have an amazing show for you tonight. This is a young lady that I've known for several years now. I've watched her grow in the community. She's doing some amazing things. There are times when I've even had to pick up the phone and call her. So this is going to be a show that's going to get you through some stuff. Then we're going to find out how you can get with her, how you can make an appointment, how you can contact her. But I first wanted to introduce you guys to her. I'm talking about Coach AmberJ.
Hello. Thank you for that amazing introduction. Hello, everybody.
Absolutely. Coach J is just, her demeanor is so calm and cool. You can tell that she has mastered her trade because when she presents herself, very calm, collected, and so forth. So give us some background. Who is Coach Amber J?
um, Before anything, I am a woman. I'm a woman who stands in my truth and my core beliefs. I'm a mother. I am a business owner. I work full time. And I'm a woman on a mission, on a journey to just impact and transform others, but more than anything, continue to transform my own life and let my life be an example that anything is possible. Anything is
Yeah,
possible. A
that's
lot of people, like you say, you see me, I'm cool, but I came from a lot. I came from a raised by a single father, abandoned by my mother at 10, raised with
wow.
all boys. So my
Jeez.
journey has never been an easy journey. I just, like you said, I've mastered me. Um,
Yes.
so that's
So so i- so where does the term transitional coach come from?
So transitional is basically a word used for changes. And a lot of
Okay.
times we don't understand that as we go through different changes in our life, it's a transition. And as a transitional life coach, I help clients identify that they're in a transition. And all transition is changes. And
Mhm.
change, good or bad, it has to be processed. A lot of times we go through many changes in life and we never ever sit back and say, wow, that change changed my life, or wow, that impacted me. And so,
Mhm.
as a transitional coach, I take you through that journey of when was the biggest impact and did you process it, and help you
Mhm.
identify that to move you into your goals, into your next. And so, that is what transitional really stands for, is just identifying that you're in the middle of a change.
Mhm. Is there anything that you specialize in, like relationships, psychiatric stuff, behaviors? Is there anything that you like really key in and you go like, I'm the best at, I know I can get that done?
um, I would say personal development, but
Personal
I
development.
hone in on forgiveness. I
Hmm.
believe forgiveness is something that is not ever talked about. It's never taught. Um, and a lot of people have the wrong belief systems about what it means to forgive. And forgiveness for me, I feel like, is the core root of why so many people stay in stagnant, stuck, toxic situations. But it all starts with you first. So I again, a lot of personal development, because we can blame everybody and everything, but there's one common denominator in all of our situations, and that is self. And so when you recognize yourself and what relationships you dealt with, it all ties into some sense of forgiveness. Either you
Hmm.
didn't forgive yourself, you didn't forgive your parents, your friends, and it keeps you stuck and stagnant. So one thing that I know is that if we can identify that core root, release
Hmm.
it, that will literally pivot you into your next. And so I would say my core is identifying what is keeping you stuck, helping you to realize and understand why it's important to let it go, and
Hmm.
then help you move into your next.
Yes, yes. So I hear this a lot from even clinical psychiatrists, as well as life coaches. For the two or three that I know, what do you mean when you say forgive yourself? Unpack that for us. What does that mean?
So a lot of times, well, let's first start with what is forgiveness. Forgiveness is first identifying that someone has offended you or hurt you. And when we say forgive ourselves, it's also saying, a lot of forgiving ourselves is saying, I have been hurt and offended. But to forgive yourself is to say, I allowed someone to hurt me, and I allowed to be myself to be offended. And so a lot of times we will let other people off the hook, but we don't let ourselves off the hook. We constantly are playing the game, the blame game, the guilt game, the I can't trust anybody, I can't move forward, or I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy. So the moment you recognize that it all ties into that unforgiveness, then you
Hmm.
begin to be able to love yourself, to recognize your value, to be worthy, to put yourself in better situations, to learn to love and trust yourself. And
Hmm.
so learning to forgive yourself as you would anyone else, it frees you to have the capacity to move forward into your gift, into your purpose, into your passion. But a lot of people don't understand. They think if I forgive myself, that means, um, it's not my fault, or it's saying that pretty much like I am punishing myself for being a part of certain things or
Hmm.
allowing certain things to happen. And so the
Hmm.
moment you recognize, okay, I may have been in a bad decision, or I didn't have control over that situation, but
Hmm.
now that I know, I'm going to allow myself to be free from that, and I'm going to be able to choose to be happy, to be free, to be able to love again, to trust again. And that is what's why we tell a lot of people, it starts with you. It first starts with forgiving yourself,
Hmm.
allowing yourself not to continuously be punished by certain situations or
Hmm.
certain decisions that put you in a bad place.
Hmm. Hmm. So How difficult is it to have someone change the perspective of themselves if they're feeling like low esteem, if they're feeling guilty, if they're feeling uh, like they can't forgive themselves? Is that a difficult process, or are there uh, 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 coping skills and things of that sort that you can give to them?
I think it's a continuous process.
Hmm.
But to hit the core root, most of the time, my clients, I meet them when they're like, I'm sick and tired of this. I'm tired of feeling like this. I'm
Yeah.
tired of blaming myself.
Hmm.
So, the clients that I serve, you have to be ready. You have to say, you know what? I've tried everything and it's not working. So, let me
Hmm.
try you, or let me try this.
Hmm.
And all of my clients, I start them off with a forgiveness program, which is 7 days of an intense daily work that they have to do. And
Hmm.
a lot of times we don't understand that we're holding on to things that we may have thought we forgot, or that we forgot about, or I forgive but I don't forget. And those little things
Hmm.
really are still holding you down, holding you tied to whatever those situations are. So I go through a whole 7-day process of physical things you have to do to learn to forgive. And actually, I taught a workshop this past weekend, about forgiveness. And in the exercise, I tied the people's arm to their leg, and I only
Ooh.
gave them a little bit of room, and I told them, lift your arm up. And when you're tied down to something, they only had like this much room, or they only had a little bit. I said, this is the capacity that you have to release someone, or to
Hmm.
love someone, or to even love yourself. So when they realize me holding on to bitterness, me holding on to anger, me holding on to regret or guilt or blame, this is how much room you have. And so, I also explain, forgiveness is a gift. It's a choice. We get to choose to forgive ourselves and other people.
Hmm.
When we don't choose that, the gift that's on the other side of bitterness and anger and frustration is joy, love, peace, freedom,
Hmm.
happiness. So in return of releasing these, you get something in exchange. And so in the workshop, I gave them gifts. So if you want to release this and you're tired of feeling stuck, and I asked them, how does it feel to be tied to your arm? How does it feel not to be able to lift your hand above your head?
Hmm.
You feel restrained, you feel stuck. That's what forgiveness is. It keeps you stuck, it keeps you paralyzed in a constant cycle. And so when I
Hmm.
showed them that, and then I was like, in return of releasing that person, that thing, because a lot of times people think, if I forgive you, that means it's okay what you did to me. It's okay that it happened. And that's not what forgiveness means.
Mm.
Forgiveness means I'm offended, I'm hurt, but I'm not going to allow it to affect me. And as I showed in the exercise, no one's walking around with you. That your arm and leg is tied to itself. So that anger, that frustration that you're holding on to for another person, they're asleep at night. They're living their best life. You probably get on Facebook and they're happy. They're living
Mhm.
their best life. They're not
Mhm.
thinking about the offense that they caused you. They're not thinking
Mhm.
about how it traumatized you. They're living their best life. So
Right.
forgiveness really has nothing to do with the other person. This is all for self freedom. This is all for personal peace, mental peace, emotional peace, emotional capacity to love again, to feel again. Because a lot of
Mhm.
times you're also numb. And
Mm.
so when I showed the example of, this is not about them, and it's not saying what they did to you was right, but at this moment it has nothing to do with them. Do you want to lift your arm up? Do you want to be able to shoot that hoop? Do you want to be able to hug? I even, went through each person. I'm like, give me a hug. Well, you can't. Your hand is stuck. You can't
Yeah.
move. And
Yeah.
that's what forgiveness does. It keeps you stuck. It keeps you paralyzed, paralyzed in your passion. It paralyzed to move into purpose, paralyzed to connect with other people and have genuine relationships. And that's
Mhm.
the core root. And the reason I believe in it so much is because that's what I identified with. I recognize, man, I keep getting in these toxic relationships. I can't
Mhm.
have healthy friendships. I can't, I'm always angry. I'm always mad.
Mhm.
And I realized one common denominator and what was at the core root of it. And it was unforgiveness, unforgiveness for things I didn't understand. Why did this
Mhm.
happen to me? Was I not lovable? My mom left me. All these things, it tied to one thing, and that was forgiveness. And so when
Mhm.
you recognize and are able to identify that, then you can be able to move to your next levels. And that's
Mhm.
what I did.
Mhm.
So the program that I give to my clients, I know it works because it worked for me. I know you're going to be angry. There's things that's going to happen, but you get to choose. Do you want your freedom or do you want to be angry? Do you want to be bitter? It's a choice. And so
Mhm.
that's what we work on.
Man, that is deep. So how many times do you get clients that just can't get past it? I mean, is there a certain is there another is there other advice you have to give them? Other um, what do you call it when you all give something? Oh,
So there's other exercises that we do.
exercises. Yeah.
But what I found, my track record in doing that
Hello. Oh, she's froze. Amber. Okay, so we're gonna give her a chance to come back. Y'all hang in there. Hey, if you like what you're hearing, give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel.
Jody, come and ride with me, get fly with me. Let me show you how it's supposed to be. Do the most with me, make a toast with me. Let me show you how it's supposed to be. Jody, come and ride with me, get fly with me. Let me show you how it's supposed to be. Do the most with me, make a toast with me. Let me show you how it's supposed to be. Let's make a toast for the one.
All right, let's see. I think we got Miss Amber back in the building.
Hey, you guys.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I had to move around. I don't know what happened.
Oh, hey, this is live. This is live stuff, so all kind of stuff can happen. So we were talking about how you get through to people. What kind of exercises? I mean, because even in our conversations, you had me think about things that I probably didn't want to think about. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And had a little problem trying to overcome some stuff.
Right.
Uh, but we're still working. But what are some of the share with the public though? What are some of the exercises you give to people that are like me, not really comfortable opening up about everything?
Um, a lot of it I'll do journaling through yourself. So I think one of the questions I asked you is, who are you, and who do you
Yeah,
want? You know,
yeah.
um, that question makes people ponder. Like, without a title, who are you? If you can't answer that, sit in that place for a moment, and when you're
Hmm.
ready, then come back to me. Um,
Hmm.
you have to, what I've learned is you have to get people to think about this, because this is not my journey, this is yours. this does,
Hmm.
this isn't going to make me move or not move, because I already am in my purpose. So a lot of times I say you have to be ready and be committed, and are sick and tired of being in a cycle. um, and that's when you'll know you're ready. But if you're not willing to sit in those uncomfortable feelings, if you're not willing to be vulnerable with someone that you say, I'm ready to move forward, I'm ready to be happy, coach, I'm ready to move on. If you're not willing to do that, then I can't help you, because I can give you everything and all the tools. But if you don't make that decision for yourself, you're going to stay in those cycles. And for
Mhm.
me, most of the clients that are not ready, they don't come back. But those that are, they're like, listen, this was tough. This was hard, but I got my book done. Or I'm launching this. I actually have, before we ended it, I was exiting my last client on Wednesday. We did 5 weeks. We did a few exercises, some the forgiveness exercise. I did a loving thyself exercise,
Mhm.
and she's completely done writing a full book. It
Really?
Yeah, she was just stuck. She was in that place, and I did another toxic relationship exercise to like break some things off. And she was like, man, after I did that, she was like, you can't stop me now. I'm showing up every day. Like, I'm ready. I'm ready for my next. Like, thank you. And so I say it's a lot of personal development, but you have to be willing to be uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. Check your mic because I'm hearing some type of
Echo.
mumbling sound.
Can you hear me now? Is that
Yeah,
better?
yeah, yeah. I can hear you, but it's
It's a
like a
mumbling.
it's like a scratchy noise.
Okay, let me grab my earphones. I'm gonna put you on
Okay.
hold.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, put your earphones in, definitely. So, y'all, we're talking to Coach Amber J. She is a life coach. She calls herself a transitional coach. We're going to talk about a couple of more things here because in her bio, she says that she has a white glove service. So I want to know what that means, and hopefully you guys are definitely getting something out of this today. This type of information doesn't come cheap. You know what I'm saying? And I was blessed enough to get her on the show so that you guys could hear it from the horse's mouth, or in this case, from the coach's mouth. So, coach, okay, so go ahead and continue.
Do I sound better now? Can you hear me
Yes,
better? Okay,
yes,
perfect.
yes, yeah. So
What was the
we
last
were
question?
talking about purpose. The girl that went through your program or through your services, and she wrote a whole book.
Yeah. So her launch date is actually October 11th. So I'm super excited to see her. And just some of the issues is finding who you are, finding your purpose, finding what am I like, why am I on earth,
Yeah.
Um and that was what we went through. Like, who are you besides a mother? Who are you besides a wife? Who are you when you're not the titles? When you have to identify your core, who is that? What does that look like? And so we sat through some different exercises, some self care, some affirmations, some mirror time. What
Hmm.
I've also found is a lot of people don't look at themselves every day. A lot of people don't look at the man or the woman in the mirror and look in your eyes and see who you are. And so we did a lot of soul core deep exercises. And when I tell you that the other side of pain is purpose, I
Yeah.
mean it. I mean it. You have to hit those layers. You have to be willing to just be uncomfortable. And I know it's not easy, and I share that from a personal experience. In the forgiveness program, the first question is, have you ever had to forgive someone who will never be sorry?
Ooh.
There's many people who's not going to be sorry
Ooh.
for hurting you. You know,
How do you handle that? How do you
it's
handle?
what I found is learning to put myself in that person's shoes, right?
Hmm.
Because for someone to hurt another person so deep in depth, they have to be in pain, because hurt people hurt people. So what I've learned is it doesn't have to be personal. What I know is whatever you were feeling, whatever your trauma had you stuck or had you feeling or going through, you poured out on me. You cut someone who didn't bleed on you're bleeding on someone who didn't cut you. And so when I learned that concept, when I learned that, everyone's not equipped to handle me, right? People only know what they know. And so it allowed me to be able to journey through this and say, you know what, I release you, I forgive you, I give you grace. Because I would want that in return, because I know that I've hurt people. I know that I've, bled on people that didn't cut me. I know that, and what do I want that in return? And
Hmm.
that was how, this forgiveness thing was birthed. Um,
Hmm.
and so that's a little of how I help shift your perspective, because are you blameless? Are you, can you say you've been faithful and you were honest and you were all of these things that you hold to somebody else to be? Are you those?
Hmm.
And if you're
Hmm.
not, then baby, you got work to
You
do.
got work to do. You got work to do.
So,
So I want to find out. Well, before I ask you this question, though, um, is it possible for a person to be in their purpose and not have all of that forgiveness stuff around them, having forgiven themselves, having forgiven others, having dealt with their problems, but yet they're still doing something that they love? Is that possible?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I do
Hmm.
believe that.
Hmm.
I don't think it completely stagnates you where you can't move forward, but I do
Hmm.
believe you may be in your purpose, but how is your personal life? How is your home life? How is your finances?
Okay.
So you may be thriving in your purpose. You may be able to show up for everyone else, but are you showing up for yourself? What does your bank account look
Mhm.
like? What does your credit score look like? What is your weight, your journey personally? How is your eating habits? We can't get away from not healing. It's going to show up in one area of our
That's
life.
my point. Okay. Yes, that healing is a must.
Healing is a
It's a
must. And
must.
it's
Wow.
going to show up in some area of our lives, whether we like it or not, whether we deal
Hmm.
with it or not. A lot of my clients, especially my women clients, they hide in their work. They're hiding that they're very successful, professional. They look good on the outside. They have it all together. But baby, when you open that door,
I can relate to that. I could definitely relate to that. You have to be honest with yourself about some things. I mean, and I'm one of those, successful, in what I do. But there are some things I still need to be dealing with.
yes.
Absolutely.
And
So,
we
so
cover it up. Sorry, go ahead. We
yeah,
cover it up with that.
yeah,
Like, I'm successful. I'm doing this. I'll put this to
yeah,
the side. This overweighs it. So that's
yeah,
where we
yeah,
get to digging at.
yeah. So what do you mean that you provide white glove service? What does that mean?
So if you notice now, a lot of coaches, they have these group coaching, and there's nothing wrong with it. But I believe in that one-on-one. Like, I'm gonna hold your hand through this journey. You need to sit with me and cry. You need a moment. Like, I'm gonna give you that one-on-one, a completely you and I'm holding you accountable. I'm holding you, holding your hand through this journey. I'm going to help you get through this successfully.
Hmm.
And I think a lot of times it's about the money, or it's about, how many clients can I get at one time? And we miss the one-on-one service. We miss getting intimate again. We miss having that relationship where it's more than just a coach. Most of my clients, we're still friends. We've built a relationship just outside of coaching where I want to see you win. Even when you're not working with me, I still want to
Hmm.
see you win. And I
Hmm.
think that white glove for me is building that relationship and that rapport where she's more than just my coach. I may have to call and cry with her. She may need to call and pray with me, you know.
Hmm.
And that's what that white glove looks like.
Hmm. Okay, so yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That one-on-one approach with, I mean, just right in your face, just
In
there,
your face.
yeah, yeah,
Or
bashing all
in
that.
your hug. I'm in your space. I'm hugging you,
Yeah,
but pushing you.
yeah, exactly, exactly. So you mentioned in your bio about some of your experiences. Um, is that what got you to this place, Amber? Is
Yeah.
what you went through, is that what made you a life coach?
It is. I got to a place, I was married, I got married, I had children, I had a good job, and I was
Mhm,
unfulfilled. I was stuck. I was like sick and tired of just being sick and tired. And I just knew there had to be more to life. Like there had to be something more fulfilling.
mhm,
And then I also realized, like, even in this marriage, I'm not happy. And, you know, there's certain things that took place in my relationships where I just was like, this can't be what a good life looks like. And so
mhm,
I began my own journey and started to unlayer some of the things that I never even dealt with or even thought.
mhm,
I didn't even identify myself as being an abandoned child or rejected or any of that, because my life looked okay on the outside, right? We
mhm,
had we were financially good. We were, but there was no emotional love, and there was, my mom left me. Like, I'm a motherless child, and so I had to unlayer a lot of these things. And even though
mhm,
it looked like, to society, oh, you're married, you have a family, you should be happy, right? That's what they say. But then you start to like, I'm not happy. This
mhm,
is not enough. And so I went on my own journey of just discovering who I am. Who am I without being a wife? Who am I without being a mother? Because when those things are stripped away from you, what are you left with? And
mhm,
I think a lot of people, especially right now, feeling this after the pandemic, they're feeling the effects of, I need to get my ish together. Like, this can't
mhm,
be it. I poured into a job 20, 30 years, and within a blink of an eye, it's taken away. And my identity was in that
mhm,
job. My
mhm,
identity was in mothering or being the best wife or husband. And then you realize, well, now who am I? And so
mhm.
that's how I began my journey, is like, there's more to life than this. There's more to
There's
this.
more. And that's what, how long did that take? I mean, 5 years, 10 years, 3 months, six
I
months?
started in 2013. Um,
Mm,
and that's why I call this a journey, because
mhm,
we're like onions. You remove one layer, there's another. So we're constantly removing layers. If you're not, you're stuck, or you're not growing. So
mhm,
it's a journey. It's not about a race or, oh, I'm gonna be healed tomorrow. And so it's
mhm.
literally one layer at a time. I started in 2013, and I'm still healing. There's still things that are coming up, and I'm like, oh, I thought
Yeah.
I healed, but
Wow. You have to pull back those layers and just
yes,
and just deal with everything. That's great advice. Great advice.
yes.
So what's next for you?
So right now I am still doing coaching full time. I did I've used to do events monthly in 2019, well, until
Mhm,
COVID. And
mhm,
so I plan on doing that. But I recently just did an event called Bridging the Gap, which is creating a dual partnership between the sexes. And so I want to take this on the road. I want to go to different cities and do this. And the concept of the Bridging the Gap is kind of like the battle of the sexes, but really identifying who we are in our roles, not just roles, but in our femininity, in our masculinity, in
mhm,
how we can partner and build and pull together, opposed to just um, being separate or breaking up all these societal beliefs that I have to be better than you. But bridging that gap, like, you have a gift and I have a gift. How can we bring our gifts uniquely together and build something and bridge something? And so that's
mhm.
what this event is about, or that I want to take on tour. So
Okay, that you will be taking on tour. Let's
I
say
will
that.
be
Let's put
taking
it.
on tour. Yes,
That's
there you
right.
go. You
That's
corrected that word. I
right.
will be taking on tour.
Yes, exactly. And I heard a little birdie tell me that you may be starting a podcast.
I am. So I'm taking Key Talk Tuesday to a podcast,
Hmm.
also YouTube. So hopefully it should be we should be ready to go by next week. That's the goal.
Good,
Yeah.
good,
Yes.
good. Well, I'm here for you. If you need
I
anything,
appreciate
you
it.
most certainly let me know because you've been there for me.
Yes. Thank
So
you.
I want to see it. I want to see it succeed because I feel like you have so much, Amber. that people can learn and utilize in their lives. So
Thank you.
I've been fortunate enough to be in your presence enough times to know that you will have a person transition if it's even
Thank
just
you.
a little bit.
Yeah, that's it. Just a little. Listen,
Just a
I said
little.
we're planting seeds. I'm not here. Sometimes I may not be watch the whole seed manifest, but I planted a seed and it will grow. I believe that.
Definitely.
Someone else may water it. I appreciate you so much for that.
Yes, yes. So tell people how they can get in contact with you, get a consultation, or just put your information out there so people can hit you up.
All right. So I do 15-minute purpose calls, which is free. You can book online a 15-minute purpose call, and that is on CoachAmberJ.com. We'll schedule a time, and then we'll see if we can work together, because I'm not for everybody. I'm ready. I'm for those who are committed.
Yeah.
Um, but So you'll book a purpose call on CoachAmberJ.com. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all by Coach AmberJ. And if you guys need to call or you just want to text, you can find my number on those platforms as well.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed in the information
Thank
that you get
you.
and
Thank
how you
you.
change. Yeah, that's right. I'm a little cray cray. I'm a little cray cray. I need a little help
We all
sometimes.
cray. Listen, we all, and that's the thing is, we think that, oh, she has it together. We just got it together in different areas, but we all got crazy in another area. Don't
Yeah.
think I got crazy. It's still some, I said there's still some layers I'm working
There's
on.
still some layers up in there. That's right. That's right. Well, Amber, it's been a pleasure. We got to wrap it up.
Okay.
But we're definitely going to put this video out on all of our social media so people can take a look and hear. We did have a Bama Brown saying hi,
Hey.
and they're excited about joining.
Oh,
So
thank you.
yeah, that's a great thing. So I'll make sure you have that person's information in
Okay.
case you want
Thank
to
you
thank
so
them
much.
personally. All right.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I love your journey as well, and you keep showing up. Keep showing
Oh,
up.
I will, baby. I will. Thank you so much. You have a great one.
You too. Thank you.
Oh, okay, we'll talk soon.
All right. Bye.
Hi, this is your girl, Wong Lorene from the Wong Channel. Just did a great interview with Coach Amber J. I'm going to be putting this all over social media so you guys could check it out. Great information, some stuff that could transition your life. If you like what you hear, give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the video. We certainly appreciate it. This is your girl, Wanda Reed, coming to you live from my home studio. I'll see you guys Monday on New Music Mondays, where we're going to be giving away tickets to the livest First Friday ever. So, y'all tune in on Monday. We'll talk to you soon.
Jody, come and ride with me, get fly with me. Let me show you how it's supposed to be. Do the most with me, make a toast with me. Let me show you how it's supposed to be. Jody, come and ride with me, get fly with me. Let me show you how it's supposed to be. Do the most with me, make a toast with me. Let me show you how it's supposed to be. Let's make a toast for the one.